It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. I'm here feeling good, feeling great as usual with another one. Look, this episode has already started off funny. The whole 10, 20 minutes before we even got on camera, I was laughing. So I'm already excited for this one, man. I met this brother. I don't know if it was Clubhouse or IG
Clubhouse.
or Clubhouse. Man on Clubhouse had me rolling in. This man skits unlimited. Like if you go on his Instagram, if you just need 30, if you got 30 minutes, go on like 40 of his videos. Just knock them all out. Boom, 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 boom. And you would definitely fucking crack up. Yeah. This man needs no more intro. We're going to talk about a lot, man. This is one of my friends, Keith Smacks Dean, man.
Yes,
what's up, Keith? How you doing, player?
Man, you got it, bro. How you feeling, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, bro, I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you coming on this shit, man. Sorry we had a few technical issues before, but we all good now.
We all good. We gonna stay good. You hear me?
Yeah, I feel you with that big-ass plate. I see that shit. You got me hungry over here. Goddamn. Hey.
Okay.
I see you, player.
Okay.
Now get your nourishment in, man. So how you been doing during this pandemic, bro? I want to ask you straight up, man.
Starving. The pandemic got me starving. I can't help myself. I'm out here. I've got about 3, 4, 5, matter of fact, 5 homeless friends right now because I almost popped up shop out there on at you know where they be. You know what they be.
You know what they be. You know, over there, and them, where they be at, over there. Yeah. I dig it, man. But bro.
I forgot what it's called. What's it called over there?
Skid Row.
Yep, that's what the Skid Row. Yep. I
just was over there. Mm-hmm. You always had to go set up shop real quick, go see what's up.
Yeah.
Why is their tits so intricate over there, bro? Like their homes, bro, their homes is bigger than my room right now, and I'm paying rent. I ain't gonna lie.
I've been over there several times and just rode through there. When I have people come in town, I'm gonna take y'all to Skid Row. It'd be tents. These tents got like 2 stories, like upstairs and a downstairs. Like, how y'all do that? It ain't even supposed to be no basements in LA.
Why they got generators with flat screens? I see flat screens with generators. Niggas in there watching TV, watching Martin, laughing, drinking 40s. And they pay hey man, shout out the homeless community out there. Y'all doing y'all thing. Stop peeing on the buildings though, man. Just somewhere, I don't know. I feel bad for my niggas downtown LA that be paying that $18,000, $2,000, $2,800 rent, but then walk downstairs and it'd be a dude taking a shit right by the store, right by the door.
And I stay downtown. I come outside all the time and it be niggas outside doing whatever they want to do. Like, y'all ain't got nowhere else to do this but right here.
Bro, I remember when I used to come out here for photo shoots and shit, because my boy, he's a fashion designer. So I used to go with him to photo shoots and shit. And it'd be these multi-million dollar photo shoots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm talking about celebrities pulling up, whatever. But it's all in Skid Row.
All of them. It's so crazy.
But the building where they had the fashion show, the photo shoot, they had people, cars in the back with a security guard watching it.
Stupid.
Who looked like it was just a homeless person who they gave a uniform to. And they were just like, yo, watch these cars, don't let shit happen. We'll give you 40.
Exactly.
Oh, man. But nah, brother, I appreciate you coming on the show, bro, because honestly, I was inspired by it when I went to your brunch you had, bro. First off, thank you for having me there. You treated me like a king. Your family treated me like a king. Shit was just funny as shit, bro. It had me rolling since jump. And that good ass fried chicken, bro.
The fried chicken? You like the fried chicken?
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I? I brought someone with me. Shawty brought an extra fried chicken just because. She was like, hold up, this shit fire. I was like, Shawty, I feel you. We got to get at least another piece for the culture. We got to work that out, bro. Talk about putting that together, man. How because that's in the middle of the pandemic. That was like literally right when shit kind of got open. You were like, all right, I'm throwing a brunch. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit, Keith.
Man, I had basically I had already been doing like events and stuff in Chicago, and so basically it was just like me coming to LA, me not really knowing a lot of people. I locked in with a few others, friends out here and stuff like that. So I kind of started developing the type of friendship and the knowing and the know-how people in different areas of LA. So I was just like, when the pandemic hit, I'm like, man, I haven't been on stage doing comedy in probably 8 months. Into
Wow.
the whole 2020, I hadn't been on stage. So like the last show I did was right before I moved to LA in 2020 January. I did a show and I did my farewell show in Chicago. But then after that, I hadn't even been on stage. So a nigga like me, shoot, I didn't even think I was still funny. Like I'm like, do I even got jokes? Like I don't even know how to even put together a joke again. I don't know like if I'm gonna get in front of some people and they look at me like I'm
Right.
stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just was like, forget it. I'm gonna just put something together and locked in and started doing a bunch. Well, first I did it was like a hookah night in Orange County. Orange County was still kind of open a little bit.
Orange
So
County's a different country, bro. It been
yeah,
open, bro.
they really never closed really like that. So
No.
we did a hookah night over there, and then one of my friends like, bro, if you do a brunch, like you need to do a brunch. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to do a brunch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a comedy brunch. I'm gonna do a comedy show, mix it in with the brunch, and then we just gonna do that. So I had my girl was helping me, so we locked in, and she's very resourceful in different areas. So we just put some stuff together and was like, all right, we're gonna do this. Did the first brunch, and it just boomed, like you know what I'm saying. And I wasn't even expecting the outcome. I was expecting at least like 30 people, 40 people, because I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? So then a lot of people said they was going to come, and a lot of people didn't come. But we ended up having like 50 people, 56 people
Let's
show up.
go. Let's
And
go.
so it's like now we want to do it like every 2 weeks. So now the next one, we kind of took a little time off because I've been doing a little traveling a little bit. And now the next brunch is on the 15th. So it's like next week. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
we just gonna keep them going. So we want to do them every 2 weeks, but right now we're probably gonna do like once a month for now to keep that buzz rolling. And once we get that buzz
Yeah.
rolling, then we're gonna pop it for 2 weeks because we just locked in a location. The location gonna be 1010 Wilshire.
Okay.
And I know
Because
what
the
you
first
laughing
brunch
at.
was at the first that first motherfucking brunch, I pulled up to a church and I was like, wait a minute. I'm smoking a doobie, listening to currency. I'm just enjoying my day. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking at the address and I'm like, oh, this is a church. And I'm like, how they about to flip this shit? And then look, so then I pull up, I walk up to the front desk lady who was checking in everybody. And I said, hey, so is this the right place? Like, she was like, mm-hmm. And I said, okay, so is this like a clean comedy show? She was like, oh no, we about to cuss and shit. Don't trip. And I was like, I love you. I love this. I love this already. I love this already. I was like, okay, this is lit. This is perfect. This is right up my alley.
Hey,
So
listen. Hey, that's funny. Go ahead. Finish your story.
no, I was just like, because we sat down and we sit there and I could see everyone's face was like the same question, right? And then you walked up and you just broke the ice. You said, all right, we in the church. All right. We still laugh.
Right.
We still no joke. And I love how you flip that shit though, bro. Like, I don't know how you started off, like I was like, I don't know how he gonna do it. And he had a comedy concert / brunch in the back of a church, but it was a full-on adult comedy show.
Yeah.
But it was no disrespect. It was like how you did it. I don't know how you tread that line so thinly, but you did that shit.
You know what's crazy?
And that was the first one.
That was the first one. The first one.
Wow.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
like,
I would have never known.
It's different because, like, so first off, we had a location, and they were trying to charge us like too much money, and our overhead would have been too. You know, we wouldn't have made no money. So I was talking to the pastor of the church. I go to that church, Tree of Life. Shout out to Tree of Life.
Okay.
And
shout out Tree of Life.
And so I talked to him because we were talking about other things as far as like stuff he wanted me to do video wise for the church and promo. So I'm like, yeah, I got this comedy show coming up, and you know what I'm saying, I want to. We're looking for a location. He was like, well, why don't you do it? I'm like,
I love it. I love
it. But
he said we could.
He's like, let me show you something. So he take me downstairs to the hall where the comedy show was. It was a whole nother section. I'm like, so y'all ain't gonna be tripping about the comedy shows? I'm like, I'm just letting you know it is gonna be a little cursing. And like the comments I have, I say I'm clean. I'm a little clean, but my comics, they not really clean like that. You know,
yeah.
He was like, shoot, we curse. I'm like, what? Like, what?
I love it. I love it.
Like, this is a Baptist church. Everybody curse here. Like, it's somebody cursing up there right now.
Like, hey, some of my first curse words was at church. I don't give a fuck what no one says. I don't care what no one thinks. We could go into it, but hey, I love that he's being real about it. And he came through and helped. And the event was flawless. It went without a hitch, bro. So honestly, like, I know we jumping all around. You know, I kind of want to go to the beginning because I kind of jumped in straight to your event. But what people don't know is stand-up comedian, sketch comedian, artist, writer. You do it all, man. I thought I knew it. I'm gonna be real. Until a week ago, I went on your Instagram and I literally just did a deep dive. I was like, you know what? Let me see what's up. I know Keep Funny. I know we can talk about anything. We can get up here and talk about, you know, Sweetie putting ranch on her spaghetti. We can talk about anything. But I know for a fact, I was like, let me do a deep dive into fucking his actual shit. Bro, you do so much sketch comedy work on it was like a mini Chappelle show almost. Like you just have so many different sketches from all different ways.
And like,
where did that start? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You was asking me something?
No, I was saying, where did that start? But you were saying, you know, people that don't understand because there's so much shit out there, bro.
Bro, like, if I could say, if they said, all right, we're gonna give you an opportunity to start over with the following that you got, start over and start from ground zero and post all your videos, I might get a TV deal. Like, and that's not even. It's not even like a cocky situation, but it's like I feel like I got so much heat that people haven't even seen because of when I first started. Like I started with this guy named Reggie Baby. So
okay, shout out Reggie Baby.
Me and him started, and then his stuff like absolutely boom, like went crazy because he did a lot of hood comedy. So I was just like the voice of reason. So I was like, okay, here comes this light skinned nigga. He come in, he's funny, he's extra, he's everything, but he's not hood, but it makes it funny. It's like a comedic relief to what's going on in the hood. So if we go do like a robbery or something, I'm gonna be that guy that's like, oh, I don't think we should do this, but I'm gonna do it because I ain't no hoe. But I don't want to do it. And I don't want my niggas to be mad at me, but I'm gonna do it. But then the gun gonna mess up, like gun gonna fall or something.
I seen that clip where the clip fell out, and you put the clip. You like, how put this in?
Exactly. So it's stuff like that be extremely funny. And then my other guy that I did that video with, Mike Sapp, shout out to him. He kind of put me in tune with the comedy, and I put him in tune with the social media. So we kind of one hand wash the other. So it's like, all right, we're gonna do these sketches, then we're gonna do these shows too. So he locked in with me, big brother, and we've been locked in ever since. He's still in Chicago, but you know what I'm saying, we always, when I get to Chicago, we always lock in and do some videos. But
so you're from Chicago originally?
I'm from Gary, Indiana. But Chicago.
Oh, shout out Gary there. Shout out my nigga 2K Dre.
Yeah, that's, and that's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Wow. Talk about 6 degrees of stuff. Now it makes sense. Okay,
That's
get
my
it. All right.
cousin. So it's like so born and raised in Gary, and when I went to college, I moved to Chicago, and then I got a name for myself in Chicago to do the basketball. So that's why Smacks came about, and then Smacks Mr. ESPN came about. So originally my Instagram was Smacks Mr. ESPN, but then when I moved to LA, I tried to be a little more professional. You know what I'm saying? People were like, well, shoot, when you get a check, they're not gonna pay Smacks, they're gonna pay Keith Dean. So I'm like, all right, well, it's Keith Dean then. So I just switched it, and I still keep that Smacks, you know what I'm saying, still tied to me. So sometimes when people introduce themselves, I'm like, my name's Smacks, so I'll be like, my name's Keith. So I'm still getting used to saying my name Keith, but most of the time I'll be like, my name is Smacks. People like Smacks. I'm like, yeah, it's Smacks. I'm like, what else you want me to say? So it just it's just different.
I respect it.
But like just from the beginning, bro, it's just I really feel like and the time will come, the time will definitely come. But I just feel like when you're doing certain things and you get so much notoriety for it, and then it's like the people are seeing it, then they see the growth. It flourishes into something more beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But it's only a matter of time, though. Yeah, that's all.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, just somebody that's always been into comedy myself. Like, I love comedy. Comedy is one of the arts that like I love because it's like music. It transfers to all races, all creeds, everyone, right? But now it's like different I don't want to say levels, but it's different types. So at first growing up, all we saw was like stand-up comedians in my eyes, and like actors, like movies. People, you do stand-up, then you get like a show, or you do a movie, and those are like your options. And then now that sketch comedy's always been there, but then now the internet came with it with social media. Then these sketch are like from Vine, like what's my boy name? He on Snowfall now, Melvin Gregg, I believe his name. He started like doing Vine video. Like I remember watching him just cracking up on some shit. I saw his whole come up, boom, 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 and then it went there. I want you to talk about maybe what you've seen in that lane when it came to social media and comedy, because you use your Instagram and shit, like starting off in Chicago, where you just starting off putting the videos up, and then when did you start seeing a buzz, and how'd you capitalize off of that?
Well, I mean, man, to be honest with you, bro, it only takes one video. It really only takes one video for you to really like blow up. So, for instance, just in the recent videos blow ups, I would say the most recent video blow up right now is Junebug, the nigga that did the Junebug challenge. So, by him doing that, like now he's at like close to 700,000 followers in 3 months. It's only been like 3 months since he did that video. You know? So he's like taking full advantage of his platform and his opportunity, and he's running with it. And then, but on my regard, you're saying like how does it? You're asking what is it like, or like how does it work, or what do you?
Yeah, like how did you like from when you first started, where you're just like, okay, I'm chilling with my homies, and I know I'm funny, and I'm just gonna film some funny shit and put it on the internet and just keep going. Like, did you start off as stand up? Like, what came first?
So actually, 2016, I was doing my characters when I was overseas playing basketball. I was doing a Spanish character, Alejandro. I was doing him when I was overseas, but I was just doing it just because I never knew like this could take me to the next level, or I could actually get paid for this.
So wait a minute. Sorry, not to pie. You played overseas too? So you were really hooping. Like your.
That's what I'm saying. I went to school for basketball. I went to Robert Morris College basketball, and I went overseas after that. And that was in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, 2013, really. And I went overseas. I went to Dubai. I went to Spain. Ended in Lebanon. And I actually went to Barbados for the Junior USA team, all that type of stuff. That was in 2012. So I initially was basketball. Like I didn't even care nothing about social media. Basketball was my thing. So after that, I was doing when I got to Spain, my agent was Hispanic, and I was like emulating what he would say to me and what he would do to me, like, and I started acting like him. So when my agent saw it, he's like, "Oh my God, Keith, it's too funny, baby, it's too funny. I love it." You know what I'm saying? That's how he called me Keith. Like my name is Keith, but he called me Keith. But then I had to
Keith.
realize in Spain, the THs they don't really it's an S for them. TH is an S. So
Yeah.
so if they be like, I want to go with you, it's I want to go with you. I want to go with you, Keith. You know, let's go together. Let's go together. You know, I'm like, okay,
Right.
cool.
Right.
So I started doing him on Facebook, and then I started getting a buzz on Facebook, and then people was like, bro, this dude right here is funny. Like, you should keep doing it. So I just kept doing it,
Yeah.
but I never took it serious. But if I did it from 2013, 14 to now, it'd be over with. But I never saw the importance of, I never knew social media was going to flip like that and then turn into something like this. So I was already doing it, man, and it just it's always been in me to be like the class clown, the life of the party. You know, and I was always making people laugh. I make my family laugh. Anybody around me, that's just who I
Yeah.
am. And some people will see it as being a dick, or some people see it like that's just who he is. Like I can't
Right.
change it up. Like people like, are you ever
Right.
serious? No, not necessarily. But sometimes, like, if I'm behind closed doors, I might get a little serious because I'll be tired of making people laugh. So I need to chill. I need to just be smooth to myself. But from there to now, it's just like how it started with the comedy. I was actually hosting a church comedy show, and before that, I used to host fashion shows. So
Okay.
I hosted a comedy show at a church. So it was like a clean comedy show, church comedy show. But by my father being, I grew up in a church. My father's a pastor. You know what I'm saying? I've always been in the church my whole life. So I've seen a lot of things that happen in church that are very funny. So
Right.
those are the things that I talked about. And people was just
Hey.
like dying. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, so the comedian she came to me, she was like, listen, I need you to come to my room. You're saying you got it. I'm like, no, I ain't no comedian. I'm an entertainer. I can entertain for sure. I'm not a comedian. So after that, she kept hitting me like 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, but what am I gonna say? She's like, say that same stuff that you said at the comedy show here at my room. So I just had some stuff written down. I was just writing some stuff down because I'm not gonna remember this. How do you remember all this as a comedian?
Right.
I didn't think to know that you can actually remember all this storytelling. So when I got out there and did my thing, and it was just a lot of as a host, I used that to my advantage because I just went up there and just started hosting. Really, I went
Yeah.
up there, hey, how you doing? What's up? Where you from? You know, saying da da da. Start talking about him. Well, this, that, and that. Start seeing different stuff in
Right.
the room. Start making fun of that, and then I was hitting different points on my paper. So after a while, I did like 10 minutes, and they was like, "All right, it's your time." I'm like, "Oh, should I guess it's my time? I'm gonna get up off here." So people was laughing, and it was like real heavy hitters in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Sam, like he was the headliner. Um, what's the other guy? TK
And this is in
Kirkland.
Chicago?
It's in Chicago, and
Wow.
I went and they was like, "All right, well, come to this room. Come to Jokes and Notes." I'm like, "Nah, Jokes and Notes that's a different ball game." Because I used to go with my child's mother to Jokes and Notes every Wednesday. They have comedy night every Wednesday, open mic. We just go
Yeah.
enjoy comedy and eat food.
Right.
So I told her, I'm like, man, they want me to come. She was like, you can do it, you know, you can. So I'm like, nah. I waited another week. I ended up going. They say you got 3 minutes. That was probably the longest 3 minutes of my life. But then I did like two. I took like three jokes. I did two jokes, and then I got a Jay-Z impersonation that I do. I did that, and they was like, "Oh man, this nigga funny as hell," and he didn't even curse. So I'm like, okay, well maybe I can do this little comedy thing. You're saying this is
Yeah.
in 2016, but then I ended up going back overseas. I ended up going to Lebanon for half of the season, and then I ended up coming back. So then I'm like, well, let me try this comedy thing again. I'm gonna just do that and see what happens.
Wow.
So then I started doing comedy, then I started taking care of I got custody of my son, and
Wow, congrats.
I started taking care of him, and it just went from there, bro. And it's just like, all right, I'm gonna turn the corner, and I'm gonna stop playing basketball, and I'm gonna do comedy because I think I can make it happen. So started doing comedy in 2017.
How was that? Sorry to stop you on there, but quick question. How was that when you made that decision? Because I'm assuming you were hooping since you were a kid. Like hoop was your shit. Because you don't just start playing overseas, playing in college if you just started basketball. That's nothing you just kind of hop into.
Right.
Unless you just like Dennis Rodman or one of them freak stories or some shit like that. Exactly. But how was it like saying, okay, I'm gonna stop doing something that I've known my whole life that's worked, quote unquote, to now do this new thing? Like, what was that like going through that? That had to be crazy.
So the reason why I left overseas and kind of was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do something else different, because I was in a situation with my agent. I had a different agent in Lebanon. So I was over there for like 4 months, and then found out that my agent was fraudulent. So he was like, "Oh, it's a website called Eurobasket, and you can still look it up to this day. Website on Eurobasket, and the agent's name was all over the website as fraudulent. He was taking people's money, but he never took my money. I always got paid. Nothing. I guess he found us. He found us. He was like 4 of us. He found us, and then I guess he was trying to turn over a new leaf and show the people that he was actually legit. But I never knew nothing about this. I never got whipped for none of this.
That's fucking crazy.
When my coach, when they was telling me, they was like, well, you got to figure out something, what you got to do. You got to fire your agent, or else, you know what I'm saying, certain things, they're going to take place. So immediately I fired him. So my other homeboy was supposed to put me with his agent, but then he was like, nah, I can't deal with you because you deal with him. Your name, you know what I'm saying, you got a bad name on you. But then we got released. So they released us. And I'm like, well, shoot, y'all told me to fire my agent. I did that. But they was like, well, the head is not really satisfied with what's going on, because they think that I still deal with him, whatever the case. So it's basically, so if you associate with somebody and they got a bad name, they're not going to associate themselves with you.
No, of course, that's So it's fucked up, but that's how it
messed me up. It messed me up. So like another 2-3 weeks later, we was trying to work out with different teams. I had another contract on the table, but they was like, man, we want to take a risk, but then you got the head, the GMs, and you know what I'm saying, all the GMs talk in Lebanon. Everybody talk. You know what I'm saying? It's really small. So it's like I couldn't get another job. So I went home, and then I was trying to get another job elsewhere, and it was just like they was trying to lowball me. They was trying to give me pennies on a dollar. So I was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not worth it. So then I just stopped. So after a year, that next year, I was like, I still can't find a job. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try this comedy. You know what I'm saying? So then I started getting booked for shows. You know what I'm saying? This was 2017. That's when I actually took comedy kind of serious, thinking that I could really make it happen. I'm like, well, I want to act anyway. I'm going to be an actor anyway. So I might as well just pursue acting. So, and then I played like little semi-pro ball after that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing like playing overseas. So I just said, forget it. I'm gonna just try something new. And it started booming. Then I started doing the social media thing. And then social media boomed, and I started my numbers started going crazy, and my following started going up. And I was like, forget it. This is it. This is what I'm doing. And
because you have a great following. Like I thought you've been doing this for like years on years on years on years on years type shit. Like it's crazy. You said 2017, so this is what, 4 years, almost 5 years now. Like almost like an average.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started in 2000. So I started Instagram in 2016. I think it was 2017 is when they really started booming for me.
And you weren't posting skits and stuff. Were you posting any skits on like Facebook and stuff before then, or you were just mocking your agent at that time, or basically doing the agent video?
Yeah, I was doing the agent thing, the Alejandro character first on Facebook, and then I started doing stuff on Facebook, but then I stopped, and then because I didn't like I said, I didn't think that I could actually start getting money from Facebook. I didn't think I could get money from YouTube. But then somebody was telling me like, man, you need to get a YouTube. you can get some money from YouTube. But this was like
right.
2-3 years ago, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
So then
nah.
I got my homie, shout out CJ So Cool. I got him. He hit me up like, bro, you way funnier than me, and I got 1 million subscribers. He's like, you can do the same thing I'm doing, or more. And now he had 8 million subscribers, a millionaire now. You know what I'm saying? Got his own
Wow.
everything, making stupid money. You know what I'm saying? And he lives in Vegas, mega mansion, all type of stuff. So he got so much money, he don't even know what to spend his money on. So,
He's stupid and shit. Just that other kind of shit.
yeah, he just be buying stupid stuff. He I think he just bought a boat somewhere, and I think he's in Miami. He just bought a boat somewhere. He out on the water. I'm like, you just got too much money. You just don't know what to do.
Question, Key, is the agent that you were making, you were mocking or saying doing his voice, was that the same agent that had all the fraud and shit on all those websites, or are these two different people?
No, those are two different people. So my agent in Spain was had to resign because he had death in his family. So that next year, I ended up getting with another agent, and then I ended up going to Lebanon. So
got you. And then that's where that whole story came.
Yeah.
Man, that's just crazy how the story of first of hooping even goes. Like people don't even know how crazy the hoop world and like you could just be good at shit and doing that. And then you still throughout that whole time, you had this natural talent of being funny because you always were the entertainer. You always were the class clown or whatever you want to call it. What your family or did they come from entertainment? Like in Gary, where anybody else in entertainment?
That's the thing. I'm the lone wolf. I'm the only dude.
Got you.
See,
do you come from a bigger family? Do you have brothers and sisters and stuff like that?
Yeah, I got 3. I mean, I got 2 sisters. I got an older and a younger sister. It's just 3 of us. My mom, I had 8 uncles and aunties. So,
oh wow, yeah.
My family was fairly big. You know, I got a lot of cousins and stuff like that. So, everybody in my family were like all corporate. Like I got all corporate family members. Like I got doctors, lawyers, business owners, different supervisors, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All of them are in corporate America. So it's like when I switched and started playing basketball, they was like, oh, shoot, yeah, all right, cool, do your thing. It's pretty prominent. You're going to do your thing. Boom. But then when I was like, no, I ain't doing it no more. I'm doing comedy. They was like,
I was about to say, how is that conversation like? Yeah, we're about to do stand-up comedy and I'm going to post these videos on YouTube and Instagram.
So, it's like, all right, I'm gonna be rich off of comedy soon. They like, oh, okay, well, we'll wait on it. Okay. So don't nobody believe in me.
He's like, bro, I remember when I told my daddy, I was like, hey, my homie got signed, okay? One of my homie, Cassius Green, shout out Cassius Green, he got signed to Sony. And right when he got signed, I remember talking to my dad, like, hey, Pops, rest in peace, my father. I really went up to him. I was like, hey, we about to go on tour, Pops. I'm about to go on tour. And he was like, so what you about to like? You about to go on tour and do what? You don't play any instruments. I said, Dad, I'm about to DJ. He said, DJ, you don't spin records? I ain't never seen you play no vinyl.
Right.
I'm like, damn, Pop. So then my homie Cash had to come there and talk to my dad for like 30 minutes and convince him of the theory of what the hell it is rap, hip hop, and my son and you going to be doing. He didn't even catch that. And God rest his soul, he never got to even see the DJ shit or the podcast thing. He never saw it to fruition. He just always heard me talk about it. So I understand what you're saying, where you're like, yeah, we'll wait. But dad was like, you ain't making no money from it. Where's your money at? Can you buy me your mama's house right now?
All that. Especially my dad. Oh, my dad. Oh man, my dad.
And that's the pastor, right?
That's the pastor. Pastor Dean. Pastor Dean was, man, he'd be like, man, how you gonna do this? Like, how you gonna take care of your son? How you gonna sustain yourself, son? Like, what's going on with you? Like, Pop, it's gonna. I don't know, but it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen.
Right.
So then, I even went to the Max like last year, 2019, because I used to come back. I used to come back and forth to LA in 2018. You know what I'm saying, trying to do the comedy and stuff. Like I was trying to link with different influencers and stuff like that. So I told him, I said, Pop, I think I'm gonna move to LA. He was like, "No, you ain't gonna be able to do that. No, you ain't gonna be able to do that. What? How you gonna do that? He's like, it's too expensive out there." He said, "It's the
Moving to Los Angeles conversation is like to anyone that lives outside of LA and not in a big ass city, they'll be like, what the what?"
And I'm like, man, I was like, Pop, it has to happen. There's nothing else I can do in Chicago. I can't expand. Not saying in Chicago, you can't make it in Chicago, but it's
I'm about
just
to
a
say,
different.
because I feel like isn't the comedy scene in Chicago huge or
No,
big?
it's very huge. It's very huge, and I definitely I made a name for myself in Chicago. I put a big stamp in the Chicagoland area, which a lot of people know who I am in that comedy area. And then it's like a lot of times when I came to comedy, I did a lot of things that these cats from 10, 15 years in the game didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's a lot of it streams from social media. So go back to what
Right.
we was talking about. The social media world helped people of this era jump over a big bridge that these other cats back in the day couldn't do. So back in the
Right.
day, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, there was no Instagram, there was no social media, there was no I'm gonna showcase my funny on here, and then this is going to get me to the next level. It's going to get me booked. So for instance, you got like your Desi Banks, you know what I'm saying, these people that are big on Instagram right now that are
Yeah. Shout out
comedians.
Desi Banks, man. He
You know
killing
what
right
I'm
now too. Yeah.
saying? So let's just say if Desi Banks came about maybe 5 years ago, Desi Banks wouldn't be the Desi Banks he is today because
Yeah,
of
there was
social media.
no yeah.
So how I got, you know what I'm saying, in the door was my social media. So people saw that I was actually funny, and they was like, "Oh shoot, he had this open mic. Oh, come on, we're gonna bring smacks up. You can come up." So I developed a relationship with people like Leon Rogers, you know what I'm saying, M Dubs, you know what I'm saying, who else? B Cole, you know what I'm saying,
Wow.
Damon Williams, a lot of big name comedians that was having rooms. I was in those rooms. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
people had shows. I was on them shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was only so much that you can do. All right, I did all these shows out here. Boom. Okay, now these people are still seeing me. They see me every week. So now it's like, okay, I gotta expand. So I was getting booked in different cities now. And now I'm like, okay, cool. Now people are like, man, if you want to really expand and grow up and do what you gotta do, come to LA. So I did that, and then I was like, my father, he was like, man, he was like, I don't want you to leave, and then you had to come back. He's like, but you can always come back though. You always got a place to live.
I love the clincher at the end. Like, hey, I don't want you, but it's gonna be you still my son, and I love you. I ain't gonna have you homeless, but you ain't got to leave.
I'm like, Pop, I'm like, I love you, but I'm not coming back. Only way I'm coming back is to come get my son and bring him with me. So now that I'm situated now. I was out here January 22nd. So rewind a little bit. So December of 2019, me and my father bought some trucks together. I bought a 2020. It was a 2021 Chevy Equinox. He bought a Chevy Tahoe. So we like, boom, we got our cars. So now I said, Pop, I'm gonna go to California. I'm gonna move to California. He's like, how you gonna get there? I'm like, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna pack up and put all these bags in my truck. I'm gonna drive. He's like, you gonna have somebody to go with? I'm like, yeah, I got like 2 drivers with me, help me. I'm lying like a mother. Ain't nobody going with me. I'm just gonna go off. I'm going off a prayer on the wind on limb. So I actually went. So I told him like, man, they bagged out, Pop. I'm still going. He's like, well, how you? So my father got his own trucking company. So he's like, all right, well, you need to take this route, take this to this, and take the 5 to 29, and take the 37 to the 58. And then when you subtract 7, you're gonna get 51. So when you get on the 51,
Right.
I'm like, Pop, all right.
God damn, he had the whole shit laid out for you.
The whole thing. So I drove that Monday, I drove 9 hours and got to Colorado. Got to Colorado, stayed the night. Woke up that morning, drove 12 hours to Utah. Stayed the night at Utah. I stayed at a Motel 6. Cost me $60. Nice little small little room. I ain't want to get too expensive. I'm trying to keep it on the low end. So I stayed there. The next morning, I had 7 more hours from Utah to LA and got there that Wednesday, the 22nd. And the rest is history. So then it's like from January 22nd, I had talked to from January to March, beginning of March. I was like, oh shoot, I'm moving. I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm meeting a whole bunch of people. I had just got a job with the LA Clippers. I'm like, oh shoot, Pop, nigga, I'm working with the Clippers.
Damn.
I'm gonna fly you out here, nigga. We gonna go to the game. We gonna, you know what I'm saying, all this. So he was excited. Then March 15th, they hit me with the email like, yeah, we finna shut down the NBA. I'm like, oh shoot. Then COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang. So I ain't got no job. I was gonna be making like $25 an hour. I'm like, I ain't got no job, income. I can't do comedy no more. So the guys that I was staying with my homeboy. Shout out Keon, Kennard, and Tanisha. Staying with them, sitting on that couch.
Damn,
so they was like,
shit. So that was tight. That was the plan. Like you came out here, you at least had somebody down here.
Yeah. I was on the couch, and stayed with them. So 3 months in, they was like, all right, it's getting a little tough. This pandemic, this pandemic getting a little rough on us. Okay, so so we got to figure it out because now you in a house with people. It's a group of y'all, it's 3 of y'all. So now you got to see the people every day. So now you go from I don't see them all the time because they working. I'm going working. I'm doing what I'm doing. We only see each other at nighttime. So now we like in the same confines of the home. Now we all see each other. Now we got to go to the bathroom. It's only one bathroom. You in here, you done took a dump. Now the bathroom stink. It's a lot of variables.
That's a lot of shit when you stay, especially when you sleep. No, I understand, bro. I was couch surfing Shawty for a minute, especially during college time. All that, I did that. Trust me, I know.
So I messed around and I'm gonna go home for a little bit. So I went home for like a month and a half. Came back. So they was like, "Shoot, what you coming back for? Because this pandemic gonna be on for." They talking about going to May, June. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll have me a spot. You know, so I'm trying to find me a spot. So they like, all right, well, listen, if you're gonna be here, nigga, it went from you being free to all right, what you gonna contribute to, like what you gonna pay for. You know what I'm saying? So it went from me not
you
paying
have
no
no
money,
income coming in.
No income coming. So then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to figure it out. So they like, all right, well, since we know you don't have no money, but can you at least find $300 a month? I'm like, cool, I can do that. Cool, no problem. So I started doing that. And then I'm like, shoot, I got to figure this thing out because I don't really want to be, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it being there, but it's nothing like having your own space. So
of course.
Then it went from there to I was in the studio. I found a studio. My homie had a studio. He was Airbnb it out. So I was giving him money for that. But then I cheated the system by always leaving, go somewhere else. I go out of town. I'll be gone for a week over here. Then I'll come back for a couple of days. Then I'll leave again, go somewhere else for a week over here. So I was moving.
You're always moving. You're never exactly.
So I was literally moving. Then when I came back, he was like, yeah, bro, I got somebody who's going to rent out our Airbnb for double or triple. So I might get this money. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I ain't got nowhere to stay, right? Like, you know that, right? So he's like, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to holler at my whoever, see if they can help me out. I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. So my best friend, I was at my best friend's house. I was on their couch. Then we was staying in hotels for like 2 weeks. So it was a lot. Like a lot of people don't even know that backstory.
That's crazy.
But I'm still out here. Like I'm living a life. Shoot, I'm out here like I'm out here. So then, I left December and went back home for the Christmas break and stuff, and then I came back January 8th, moved into this apartment. Now I'm here, got my own apartment, been here good, solid. in January, since January. So I've been on the move since January, and been selling crack. You know what I'm saying? Been selling crack. Been doing that. Been doing that. I'm talking about killing the game. Okay,
killing the game.
I'm talking about. Clear plastic. Okay, clear
You
plastic.
stupid
Okay.
as fuck. You stupid as fuck. I can't with you. Bro, but honestly, the reason I love that story is because, first off, I appreciate you being on, because a lot of people don't understand that this game, it could look all good, look all fun, but you still had to be funny.
You still got to be funny.
Like, you were keeping a smile and making people laugh, coming up with skit. Like you're still producing content that's getting thousands on thousands of views.
Yeah.
Instantly.
People don't see that. People don't. And that's why I be so quick to get that story, because people will really see the vulnerability in an artist. A lot of artists don't really say that. A lot of artists be like, "Oh shoot, I made it. I'm here." You know what I'm saying? I'm blah, blah, blah. No, but you gotta explain to these people how you got there, the turmoil that you went through, the ups and downs that you went through, the bumps and everything. They don't like to talk about that, but I'll be the first person to be transparent and let you know, nigga, I was broke. I didn't have nowhere to stay. I was couch surfing. You know what I'm saying? My friends, I had good friends that looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? I had a good support system. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I had a good support system at home, like my parents and stuff. Like, there was nothing that they wouldn't do for me, but I left and got on my own and grew up. So I really appreciate like moving and leaving to go to LA. You understand? Because it really helped me grow up as an individual and show me like, okay, it is possible for me to be able to uphold and take care of the things that I'm taking care of now. Because when I'm in Gary, Indiana, you got people that's like, they don't really believe in the possibility. So a lot of people
Right.
look
they don't have the hope. Not even that. Like Obama's book said, the audacity of hope.
Exactly.
Like, they don't even have the option.
Exactly. So it's like, and I learned that like the faith, you know what I'm saying, and being able to work towards a dream like that from my father. But then you got my father that'll kind of be a little negative. But I'm like, shoot, why would you be negative if this is what you taught me? So then I had to retract his brain. He'd be like, oh shoot, you know what? I did teach you this. So by you doing this, now I'm gonna be behind you 100%, because now I'm showing him, Pop, look, this is what I'm doing. Pop, look, this is what I'm doing. Look who I'm at. Look who I'm at. Here go Donnie McClurkin. Here go BB Winans. I'm sitting right next to these people at the NAACP Awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone talking, and he's like, oh shoot. So it really can happen for you out there. I'm like, yeah, Pop, it ain't just what you think. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, but it's what you make it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the you know, out here playing around and you letting them suck you in the wrong way, then you will do that. But if you out here on business and you really out here with a purpose, it really be purposeful for you. So they see that now, and then this is like, now they like,
how does that even feel to you when you hear like, because I would know, like, I know my dad used to give me the blues like about my shit. Like, that was a lot of our shit. Even when he was here, we would battle because I was I'm about to be out clubbing. Yes, I was out. I was wilding, but I was networking. I was learning stage presence. I was actually building my name as Big Cali, learning the art of marketing and whatever, going out, networking, whatever. He didn't understand that shit. He understood go to work, get a good job, work your way up, go to school. I went to Clark, didn't finish on some fuck ass shit, came back home, the same shit. And my dad never got to see that. And he never got to see it. But you can say your father is actually watching it bloom. How does that even make you feel watching that, see, or even like that? Because I know that had to be crazy for me.
It's surreal, bro. Like, because I've been in a lot of stuff. Like, I've been into a lot of stuff in my heyday. You know what I'm saying? So for them to see me fail a lot, they kind of were at that place for like, shoot, why do you think you can do this if you can't even do this? But then when I show them that, it's like, oh shoot, it's crazy. So when I came out here and I showed them my progress, then I showed my mom my progress. You know what I'm saying? Now they was like, oh shoot, we 100% behind you. Oh, my son finna be the next, you know what I'm saying, who out the bam, whoever. So he's gonna actually make it happen in LA. So when I showed my father like how social media works, the views and the opportunity that can come behind the views and the numbers and stuff like that. When I showed him that, then he had people that was actually talking about me. And he like, oh, yeah, that's my son. And oh, this your son. And my mom, she'd be at work. I'm like, this your son right here. This him right here. He is so funny. I cannot wait to see him on TV. Da, 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 da. So now, when you having that type of buzz, and that's why I rock with Gary so hard, because they've been behind me since day one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to GI. So it's like seeing that they actually support what I do. And my mom, like, say for instance, my first comedy brunch, my mom's like, oh, we coming. They came, you know what I'm saying? I paid for her flight. She came out here. My sisters came out here.
Wow.
You know
so that's who was up in the front, right over there in the corner. Right over there.
In the corner. Yeah.
Oh, their energy was so tight. No, I love your bro. Okay, now I get it. Okay.
Yeah. The whole highlighted yellow crew. The whole yellow.
Man. But so no, bro.
That's just it, man. And the stuff that I got going on right now that I'm trying to work on right now is gonna be huge. Like when
what do you got working on right now?
So I'm working on a TV show right now with my characters called Smack's World, the Family Living. So we just finished up the script.
Love the title, Smack's World, the Family of Living.
The Family Living, yeah.
The Family Living. Excuse me. Sorry, we had to get that correct for the people. Okay.
Yeah. So we're working on that. We just did the script. So all I gotta do is just get the script approved, and then we start filming. So once I already got the people lined up, the film crew, everything. And the crazy thing is, they approached me with this opportunity, and it's like, well, shoot, all you got to do is produce this, and then we're gonna help you film it. We're gonna help you get it distributed and all that type of stuff. I was on the phone with distributors, a guy that can help me get it sold, all types of stuff. So it's like, really, I'm making sure everything is lined up the way it's supposed to be. So when you do boom, I can get it on a major network. I can get it on like Netflix, Amazon Prime, but for me, I want it on like ABC, Fox, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the major networks.
Why do you want it major as opposed to maybe the other streaming? I mean, of course, I'm sure you'll take whatever you can get. You'll be happy. And,
yeah. I'm not stupid.
Like, why the different? Do you feel? Because a lot of people would say that the streaming services right now are the ones they got. Netflix is dropping billions on billions, and Amazon Prime and all of them. But you're shooting for network TV. You want to go for television.
Yeah, I do want to go with television because I feel like television is a way broader situation. Like everybody, I know Netflix is big, it's huge, but it's not as huge or big as a regular as a Netflix, or I mean not as a network. So, but like Fox, ABC, WGN, these are major networks that people actually watch every day. Like it's somebody turn on their TV and just leave it on ABC for no reason. Like they can leave it on ABC, go to work, come back, and ABC is still on. So it's like this is what they live off of. So it's like versus Netflix, everybody got Netflix, but everybody don't got at Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So maybe 6 or 7 out of 10 people, I'm gonna say 6 out of 10 people got Netflix. It's 10 out of 10 people that got ABC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody got access to
everybody got access. Thing. So if I was to do something like that and shoot for a major network, of course, if I can get it on a major network, because I feel like that's more mainstream, and I don't want to settle for something smaller than mainstream. I want to go for the gusto. So if I feel like I'm mainstream nigga, I'm gonna shoot for mainstream. Now, if I don't, then I'll of course Netflix, Amazon Prime, you know what I'm saying, Zeus,
but
whatever.
You know the flip side though too is what a lot of people are doing. They're getting their shows on these majors, and then those majors will just sell it to Netflix, or they sell it to. So that's how you get like the Grey's Anatomy that's on Netflix.
Exactly.
You get the show. You know, Chappelle's show is on HBO. Like that started off on a major. So I see what you're saying. You know, like even Key and Peele's on Comedy Central, which is even still a major, but still I get what you mean.
Exactly. Yeah.
I understand, man.
But
That's dope.
nonetheless, either or, bro. It's whether it's on Netflix or Zeus Network or anything, just to have my own show, it's just
Of
it's
course.
gonna be stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be stupid,
You
and I feel
should,
like
bro. Your Instagram is I was on that shit for 45 minutes. And I just went through like 8 videos. And it was still about another 50 that I didn't even get to touch yet, bro.
yeah,
That's what I'm
and
telling people. Like, it makes sense.
yeah,
Like, it's just everything aligns in God's time, you know?
yeah,
And you can't predict that. And just hearing your story and knowing what you're saying, how could you have predicted that, bro? You were
exactly,
hooping, real
yeah,
hooper, hooping, got caught up in some shit that had nothing to do with you,
yeah,
but was being funny the whole time. And then
yeah,
that is what that in the back end is what ends up
yeah,
progressing you to Los Angeles into doing what really is ultimately your dream of entertaining people of what you've been
yeah,
doing this whole time.
yeah,
That's bro. That's living the purpose, bro. What I want to ask
yeah.
you is like, who would you say is some of the people who influenced your art? You know, like I don't want to, I could say easy like who's your top 5 comedians, but you hoop too. So I
Right.
mean, even down to work ethic, all around package, who do you say is your personal Mount Rushmore of people?
So going into basketball, I would say Russell Westbrook was my ultimate favorite.
And can you talk about Russell Westbrook for a minute? Because no people bring him up, but I don't think niggas understand how like crazy this nigga is and his numbers is and what he does, man. So
So
break that
it's
down.
just people don't understand. So people don't understand like numbers that it doesn't numbers don't really lie. So when they be like, well, he patented his stats, how can you patent your stats for 2 seasons in a row for 82 games? That's if you can do that, you might be Houdini. Like for
Right.
real. So the man, even from the when he first came here from even in UCLA, a lot of people didn't even recognize the impact that he had on UCLA. So
Mm.
that same guy, he came right back into the NBA. It's the same thing, but it was on a different, higher level. So every year he went higher and higher. So he played.
Right.
I think he played 3 or 4 seasons straight with no injury and never missed a game. And then and then once he got hurt and tore his ACL, he came right back within like I think it was like 2 to 3 months and came right back in, was still at a high level of basketball. So it was just like it was
Crazy.
crazy. But the dude he's a different breed. Like he's a different individual. And people don't understand his greatness because of him being such a head case. But when you of that type of caliber and you that type of person, what else can you do when your back is against the wall? Everybody's against you. So of course you're
Yeah.
gonna be crazy. Of course you're gonna play basketball at a different type of emotion. You're gonna do all of that. It's gonna be different. And I used to try to pack my game off of here. So when I was playing, they used to call me Young Westbrook because I was bouncy, I was explosive, I could shoot the ball, I could do a lot of things.
What
So
position? Were you a shooting guard?
point guard, shooting guard. So overseas I was a combo, what they call a combo guard.
Mm, got you. All right, man. So besides Russell Westbrook, bro, who would you say? Give me that was one. I just want your top 5. Like, who's your Mount Rushmore people who have influenced you going out? I get the Russell Westbrook honestly because that nigga's a beast,
Right.
and I hate how people do say he patted say even like people was like, well, like I remember Kobe even his remarks about. Well, he's like, I mean, if all I had to do is worry about doing that, I could have had that, or even LeBron.
Yeah.
Like people say that, but it's kind of hard to do that 3 seasons 4
Yeah.
seasons in a row. Like, I
Yeah.
get it, man.
Yeah. To average a triple double is stupid, man. It's like it's very hard to do. You gotta facilitate, score, and like as a guard, you getting 10 rebounds. Like who does that? No guards getting rebounds like that. So
Yeah,
you could just tell the tenacity and the intensity of level of basketball he's just playing at. So basketball wise, Russell Westbrook. So after him, I'm gonna go LeBron, and then after LeBron, I'm gonna go. I would say Kobe, but that would be too cliche for me because Kobe is just in a different realm of
Kobe,
players.
Kobe's everyone's Kobe. We that's like saying Tupac and Biggie in the top 5 hip hop.
Exactly.
It's like
You know what I'm saying?
You could bring it up, but we know. But I'm
Right.
saying even in your person, like with comedy, basketball,
So
everything
comedy,
put together.
so like with comedy, I would Mike Epps was always a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? Because like the way he is on movies and comedy, he's just a goofy dude, bro. Like it's just like a nonstop funny for him. And that's just how
I want to
feel
see
like
him live so bad.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious, bro.
And that's just how I am with just everyday people.
Yeah.
Like everyday life, I feel like I'm everybody's Mike Epps. So
yeah.
And it's just like, and then outside of that, when you come to film, Will Smith is the guy for me.
Shout out, hey man.
I really feel
what
like
is it about Will Smith's acting that you would say influences you, or even something you did, like particularly for people that may not know, like they know Will Smith, like okay, I get it, but maybe what is it about all the actor, comedians, whatever? Because he's really a rapper turned actor who just is really funny because he never really did stand up, so he just was a funny, good comedian. He knew how to get. Why Will Smith? Would you say?
And I say Will Smith because I feel like Will Smith really like put everything that he knew as far as when it comes to acting, entertaining, being funny. I feel like he put it all on the line, and he didn't really care what nobody thought of him. So it was just like, all right, this is who I am. I'm gonna do this, whether you accept me or not. This is all I got. And then the fact that he's so versatile with his work, that just takes it to the next level. So if you look at his work of, you know what I'm saying, movies, every different, it's a different Will Smith in every movie, in my opinion. So
no, I see what you're saying for sure. So
I just feel like him. I would say him and Denzel will probably be my top favorite. You know what I'm saying? But mainly Will Smith, because Will Smith is he's just a versatile guy, and he can do anything. And I feel like I can be put in that same category.
What would be your dream role and dream actor? Besides, if it is Will Smith, what would be the movie that you would want to be in? If you could do it, you had the budget, didn't matter. What would you do?
I would do a drama, suspense comedy. I don't know if that's possible, but
I like it. I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, what movie have I seen that was a drama? I'm probably going to listen to this later and probably think of all the movies and be like, nigga, you thought of this movie, this movie. I can't think of them right now, but nah. A drama, suspense comedy.
Yeah, like if I could do if I could do a Why Did I Get Married tied into a Gemini Man, tied into a next Friday, then that's a lot.
That sounds so tight. You know, that sounds like
if I could do the Tyler Perry and this and that and add it with
the other one with the other one, I'm with it.
So okay, let me dumb it down because that's like too much.
Nah,
that's too much.
That's good though, because this is the mind of ladies and gentlemen. This is the mind of a comedian, the mind of an artist, the mind of a writer. Because that makes sense. What you're saying, I don't want you to even go into it because I don't want you to give it out because it'll be somebody to be like, oh, that do make sense. And start really writing that shit. And we ain't gonna do that. No, not on this show.
Like, have you seen that movie with what's the guy that had like multiple personalities? Man, what was that movie?
Me, Myself, and Irene?
No, it was a white guy, and he had Split. It's called Split. Have you seen Split?
No.
So this guy had like multiple personalities. Like, it was freaking crazy how he transitioned in the movie to different people, but he was still himself. So in my eyes, if I could do a movie that was like started off with some suspense, but then with some drama, but then have some comedy into it, man, that'd be stupid.
Would you
'Cause it's
say that's like
showing,
Bad Boys, like a Bad Boys ish suspense
yeah,
drama
yeah, yeah,
comedy kind
yeah,
of? That's the one.
yeah,
I had to think of one real
yeah,
quick, like fast. I had to
yeah,
get on my EP shit, my shit. Like,
yeah,
what's a movie? It's like this, like this. That's bro.
exactly.
That I think you'd be perfect for that. One, because your skits show it, bro. I wanted to ask you about a couple skits that had me rolling. Hold up. Old Man in the Studio.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Who inspired that? What character inspired that? Is that Pastor Dean? Is that OG Pastor Dean, the grandfather? Who is that? What uncle is
So,
that?
so my old okay. Let's do old man character in its entirety. So that old man is really I took from my father. So if you go back into the first video I did with my old man when I went to his house for him to check on my car because my car
Yeah,
broke down, and he was telling me like you need to do this, that, and third. So that's my dad. That's my dad. And when my dad saw the video, my dad he fell out like, dude, that's funny. And my dad don't say nothing about nothing. Like
yeah,
he like this right here, that's gonna get you paid. Like that and your Alejandro is gonna get you paid. Like no hands down. So when I
bro.
kept
I was
doing it,
crying at that one in the studio. You're like, okay, girl. Okay, you doing good, but because I've been in the studio with old niggas. How about this? If you a lot of these old niggas, I got these plaques that worked with a lot of these artists,
yeah,
but you could tell they just got on Pro Tools like 4 years ago.
yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, let's run it back for the top. I'm like, what? Again? Okay, sugar. Okay, hold on, wait, real quick. Let me take a break. Go outside, smoke a
Exactly.
cigarette.
Exactly.
Just,
Exactly. And
oh man.
I just from that one I don't know what gave me the insight on like doing that type of video, but my homeboy was talking about the girl who I did it with. She had just signed with a major label or whatever the case. So they was like, man, we
Yeah.
want you to do a video. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put it together. So I wrote it like that day, and we did it that day in the studio. And they was like, well, why you writing it down? Because I'm like, well, how I do my sketches, I got to play 2 or 3 different parts. So how I just write it down, I write it all the way out. I write my part, I write Alejandro or whoever else got to say something. It's like a little mini script in my notes. So
Right.
as I do it, I do my part first, as if I'm talking to whoever I'm talking to. Then I change. Then I do another, you know what I'm saying, just like that. So I do it in order, but I do it. I do all my parts. Boom, 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 boom. So when I edit, I could just, you know what I'm
So
saying,
you
fine
write
tune it.
all those skits 100% yourself? Those are all basically your shits?
All my stuff. If I could take off my phone and show you my stuff on my notes and like the episode, I really put it out episode this and write it out script. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not in a real
Wow.
script form, but it's like okay, Alejandro, boom, what he say? Then who gonna say something next? They go up under that. It's just in order. So from top to bottom, and then when I edit it, it makes it easier for me to edit because I can just yarn it together and knit it
From what's
together.
already something you wrote
Exactly.
already.
So
Wow. So I
yeah,
see a movie coming in. So you can write a film then. You're just that same
yeah,
formula. You can just so is that the
yeah.
ultimate goal? Is to just
That's
write
definitely
your
the
own?
ultimate goal. So when I get the money, you probably only need about a good 100,000 to do an independent film. So I'll probably mess around and do one of those soon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said that real frivolously, didn't I? I said that like I had $100,000.
My
So I'm
nigga,
like, yeah,
you
I'm gonna
said
do that
that, and I
soon.
was like, hey, I was convinced. I was like, he gonna do it, bro. He gonna
Yeah.
find a way, bro.
So
From your
it's obviously
story
something in
of
you.
what,
Yeah,
from what
it's
you did
obviously something
told
in
me in
you.
the past hour, bro, I know for a fact you could make something happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, bro.
Somebody praying for you out there.
Man, for sure, for sure. And God is good, man. He been really showing me a lot, like showing me the potential of what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Thus far, you know what I'm saying? It's just been crazy how a lot of stuff been accumulating and coming into place and opportunities after this and after that. Been, you know what I'm saying? It's man, stay tuned, bro. That's all I'm saying. Stay tuned, bro. It's a
I
lot
love it.
finna it's look, the world finna open up and Smack's world finna open up. Okay. So you know,
Let's
it's gonna
go.
be a lot. It's gonna be a
Let's
lot,
go,
bro.
man. Hey,
Yeah.
man. Well, hey, Smash, man. I appreciate you coming on the show for real, man. Is there anything else you want to plug before getting up out of here, man? Like I
Man,
know we could talk, we could get into the bunch of shit. I'm sure there's a lot more we could have got into,
for sure.
but we're gonna save that for episode 2,
Yeah,
part
for
2.
sure.
You
Yeah.
know, but anything you want to plug, because man, I want people to understand, or actually, before we even go to that, I always ask this to my guests before they leave. What's something you can recommend or advice you give to the next young comedian that might be in the Midwest, that might be in the South, East, somewhere outside of California? Like, hey, I'm going to move to California, take the leap of faith of doing that. Like, and actually going for your dream. Like, what advice do you have for them? And, you know, maybe words of wisdom or something like that.
So I really I used to be a big believer on plan B and plan C, but at the end of the day, there shouldn't be a plan B and plan C, because if you're working on plan A, the plan that mission should be the mission. You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
if I'm going on plan
Yeah.
A and I'm focused on that, let's just say I got a plan B, I just do my focus off from plan A and I'm giving a universe opportunity to accept the plan B. But if I'm saying forget that, I'm focused on one thing and one thing only. Now, if it's just something that's impossible to happen or something that just can't happen, then you might can reevaluate and go to another situation. But until that happens, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna keep falling. You still gotta keep getting up and keep walking, because and then it's older lady told me this a while ago, and I think I heard this on a speaker said this. No matter what you fall, how it's not how you fall. No, it's not about the falling. It's about how you fall. Because when somebody fall on their face, you actually fall forward. So
Right.
if you fall and you actually falling forward past where you was already at. I kind of took that into a little notion, be like, okay, well, if I'm falling, I'm still falling forward. So I'm actually still moving forward. It don't
You're
look
still
like
going
that.
forward, even though it's just a crazy way you went forward, but you ain't really
Exactly.
lost nothing. That makes sense.
So it's
That's
just
as
one step
deep
at a
as it,
time.
man.
It's just one step at a time for me, man. And then another thing I would say is just consistency is key, because I actually fell short of a lot of things because I wasn't consistent. But if I would kept being consistent, which I'm doing now, I'm trying to stay consistent. Now a lot of more, you know what I'm saying? It's like building a snowball into a big old snowman. So if you start a snowball right now and then you start rolling it on snow, it start picking up more traction, picking up more snow, and it just start getting bigger. So before you
Right,
know it, you
right.
got this big old ball of something to make something else.
Yeah.
So I would just say stay consistent,
I
man.
love that's how I know you from the Midwest or out there, because you gave a snow reference, and you know hella niggas in Cali like,
The
hey
niggas
bro,
don't got no snow.
we don't got no snow.
Hey, look.
Hey,
Hey,
but no, it
hey.
makes sense though, because if you think about it, the theory of it, if you do roll snow, you keep doing it, if it's a ball of ice, just like crushed ice, that's how we get the snow cones. It's the more shit they put in it, crunch it up, crunch it up, crunch it up. I had to work it out because it makes total sense. I'm just like, wow.
I can
tell
give
my
you
nigga,
another one. I get another one. You got a lint brush. You keep on brushing the lint off. You got a whole bunch of lint on your lint brush. When you pull it off, you got a lot of lint to work with.
Hello. This nigga Keith is a fool.
That's too deep. That's too deep.
That's too deep. He went to the motherfucking ocean with that, to the bottom. To the motherfucking bottom of the ocean with that. Nah, Pete, bro, you been a black belt. You been amazing, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. Honestly, the brunches, let me tell y'all, I went to one of them. I'm for sure going to the next one.
Yeah.
Food fire.
Yeah.
They had the peach cobbler waffle. They got the good chicken. Then they got, I swear they got the vegan option, but I wasn't even looking at that. No offense to my peoples out there, but not on Sunday brunch day. So it was a blast though, man. It was a bomb time. And the comedians were off the hook. The last comedian had me crying.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck it. I would never forget that.
That's my boy.
Bro, crying, bro. It was amazing, bro. I appreciate you, man. So shout out where can people watch your videos? Where can people sign up to get the shows, get the information for the brunches, your stand-up, all that, man?
So you can everybody can follow me. I see you got my name on the description down there. It's Keith Dean. Follow me on It's Keith Dean on Facebook, Instagram. I'm starting my YouTube soon. The brunch will be in my bio for the link, and the link will be in my bio for the what's that, the whatever website it's on. It's
Eventbrite. It's on Eventbrite, I believe. Yeah.
Eventbrite. So
and that's free promo for y'all niggas too. So y'all better cut Keith the check for that.
Exactly. Eventbrite, we just holler at me. Okay.
Yeah, man.
It's May 15th, man. May 15th. It's at 11 o'clock. It's gonna be at 1010 Wilshire, the rooftop situation. So it's gonna be real nice and sexy. The food is gonna be good. We're gonna have Giovanna Kalina. She's gonna be cooking again.
Hey.
So that's definitely gonna be on point. We're gonna have the peach cobbler waffles, like you said, the fried chicken, it's gonna be some stuff.
And I laugh because you fucking roasted me at the end of the show. You're like, yeah, Big Cali was like, yeah, I'm gonna come through over show some love, buy a ticket. And then when I dropped the coupon, then he was like, hey, so look, I'm gonna bring somebody now. Now I'm gonna pull up because they thought the coupon for the bottle shit.
Hey, I swear.
I was rolling. Shawty's with me laughing. She was like, dang, so they really took the coupon. I was like, hey, my nigga, that was a great deal. That was amazing. I got to laugh. I was off the champagne. I was off the fried chicken and the waffle. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And at that time, but this one now is he says the rooftop, grown and sexy. Rooftop. I'm excited for it, man. So by the time this comes out, it'll be May 15th. So y'all should be able to buy tickets. It should drop before May 15th. We'll make sure we drop this before then. So that way we can use, do that. But man, I appreciate you, brother. It's been a vibe for sure. You got to come back again. And gotta pay some bills real quick for all your podcast needs, audio and visual. Go to productiveculture.com/podcast and how did you hear about us section. Put in Big Cali World, Argoon Radio, Big Cali, the dude with the glasses with the good beard and the nice bald head told me where to go. Put wherever you do, you'll get a discount. You get a special rate. Bro, you get the hookup. So don't hit me like, hey, how do I start a podcast? What I do? Look, go to productiveculture.com and then they'll hook you up from there. Whatever you need, /podcast. For this podcast and also Argoon Radio, go to bigcaliworld.com. Also, it's on the Big Cali World YouTube page. Please subscribe. We need subscribers. We're trying to get up there, man. So yeah, retweet this. Send it out to the homie. Tell your mama about it. It's a vibe, man. Shout out UTB Worldwide. It's a vibe, man. I think I got it. I paid all the bills. We all good.
That's a lot of bills. You pay a lot of bills, too. That's a lot of bills.
I do. We got to UTBLifestyle.store. And shout out this Death Row Records shirt that took 8 weeks to get here.
Dang.
I try to support my black people. I know Suge in jail, so I was like, all right, I'm sure he did a deal real quick. So I bought the authentic Death Row Records merch.
Right.
And the shit took 8 weeks to get here. I forgot I ordered it, and it just came to the crib. So, yeah, I had to rock it. Anyway, man, it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent with some of the ladies who call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. Keith, appreciate you, brother, man.
Love you, bro.
Let's go, man. We out, man. Peace. Big Cali World. Gone.
Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali World all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.